Hi Aries, and welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Uh, it's just so funny because I'm sitting at a kid's table on a kid's chair with a different camera and just the length that I've gone through to make these videos this week is just beyond ridiculous, I would say. So I just want you to feel a bit sorry for me. It's all I'm asking, okay? Yep, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just jump straight into your reading. I see that there's a tiny bit of a delay here. I hope that it's just a delay on my end and not on yours, because then it would suck. Okay, I will see what's going on with you guys. I'm Swedish, and therefore I will jump a bit back and forth with the Swedish words to explain some of the English words if I feel like it needs clarification. Let's see if everything works. I have the microphone right here, and yeah. Okay. Aries, fairies. Let's start with this one. Wow. So this is like a super strong card. There couldn't be more birds in this photo if you tried. Maybe one more. Just different birds in different... They're all flying, like they're all heading someplace. They're all moving. And it's funny, I watched a video, rather a DVD, not really, anyway, last night at the Notebook, the beautiful Notebook, and it was about that the birds, that all the birds eventually navigate back where they came from. That's what they said, and it was sort of implied to the, what's her name, Rachel McAdams' character, that he wanted her to understand that eventually all just goes back to where they came from, like that she would come back to him eventually. And I'm such a movie fanatic, and I take a lot of like hints and nudges and signs and all of that from movies and from songs, and from like that's sort of how spirit communicates with me a lot of the times. And to me, this feels like you're going back to your roots. You're headed somewhere right now, and it can literally mean you're going back to where you like once lived, or once... Okay, I'm getting really emotional as I'm saying this, so it must really strike a chord with you guys. Like it must really hit home, literally. You're about to find oh my god, I get really emotional. You're about to find your home again. And it can be like, the first thing that came to my mind is that you start to look for, okay, so where did I come from? Where did I start to, where did I grow up? Where was my roots? Like where, and if that was like your hometown when you were, if you think about when you're 3 or 4 years old, that could be the case, like where you started. Like this is where I feel like my childhood started and I have the most memories from. Like it could be that it would be really beneficial for you to like move back there, go back there. That's one thing. The other thing is that it can be, for instance, if you felt drawn, like if you've gone the major part of your life feeling drawn to a particular place in the world, and you have no idea why, because maybe you haven't even, maybe you've gone there twice a year on vacation, you have, and you totally understand why, or you just have no reason why you feel drawn there because you've never visited, or you never, like it doesn't make sense why you feel drawn there. I'm not saying you might sell it all, like the house, the furniture, the car, the whatever is going on, like practically in your life, but it feels like at least go on a vacation to this place that you dreamt about maybe your entire life and you just never went. Or you go back to where, like for instance, if you feel drawn wherever you are in the world, if you felt drawn to Italy, no matter if you're in America and you feel drawn to Italy, if you're in Sweden and you feel drawn to Italy, I don't care. It doesn't matter how far it is, and it doesn't matter how many times you've been there or how no times you've been there. Just organize a trip and go, like a week. Or I can understand that it sucks if you live a gazillion miles from there, so it probably would take you maybe almost a few days to not be so jet lagged, so that you can like breathe in whatever it is that you feel drawn to. But still give it a week or 10 days, whatever you can spare. Just give it a try. And if nothing of this makes sense, if you went there and it was like, didn't feel it, then you just went on a beautiful vacation and it was still worth it. But I'm feeling with this card and the sense that I'm getting, that I'm getting so overwhelmed, that it's like time for you to go home. And it can also be, it doesn't have to be either or. It can be both, that you want to go to that physical place, but it feels like it's time to go home. Like go home to your heart, go home to where it matters, where it's no bull, where you feel the most satisfied, I'd say. Happy is an overrated word. I don't mean not to be happy. It's just that you don't walk around feeling happy all the time. But if you can walk around feeling satisfied all the time, that is a big, that's a big deal. So there's something about going back home. The window there in the back is a bit tricky to get the... it's just every bird in the sky on the move, flying back home. I don't even know what the... No, well, this is Animal Bond, stand up for all animals. Maybe that resonates with some of you guys. That's not what I picked up from this card. Oh my goodness, you're just going back home, and it feels like if you've been wanting to like find a place to live somewhere, and you sort of haven't, you can even have stayed at a home somewhere for like 15 or 20 or 30 years, and it sort of never really felt like home. Or recently you've been wanting to move or something, and it's like you can't really find like that perfect spot or that perfect place, and it's like this time when you move, it's like you want it to be a forever move. And it doesn't have to mean that you stay there forever and ever and ever. It's just a feeling that if you're moving now, you want it not to just be another 2 months or 2 years. You sort of want to stay there. You want to put like your foundation there. So goodness, look into that and see what see what you can find, like what you why you feel drawn to a certain place, and why you should like go back to where you once started. And when I say that, you sort of have to believe in reincarnation, and you have to believe that is, and you don't have to, it's metaphysics these days, so it's nothing that you can sort of choose to believe or not, really. It's just that we have parallel universes at all times, and right now, going back to your home, why feel drawn to Italy when you haven't been there? Well, not in this physical reality you haven't, but in so many others, and maybe right now in a parallel reality you are. So just look into it, that's all I'm saying. And the next card, it's basically just remembering where you came from. And so it's just a coloring of the first card, I feel, and it's just how you remember things to be, like beautiful memories. If you can, from and I'm drawn to the childhood, if you can like feel how it felt when you were really young at a certain point where you just felt happy, And I don't care who you were with, if you were with family, with friends, with a playmate, with whoever you were with, just try to remember. So yeah, she's just laying there in flowers, just remembering. You can't really see any of the stuff in the bubble there that she sorry, I'm just gonna do that, what she remembers, because it's like a it's not able to focus. It's just a remembrance, it's just memories. It's a loved time, and it's time for you to go back there. That's like the shortest memory and reading I've ever given, but it feels like that's all. That's really important right now. And when I see you next week, it's like I don't want to hear anything about, no, I didn't have time to fix that, or I didn't have it. Yeah, well, I started looking into, but then something else came up, and like, you go do it straight away. If you feel drawn to a place, I don't care if you organize it now to go in 3 months or 6 months, start organizing it, or it will slip through your fingers. It won't happen. And don't talk yourself out of it. And I don't care if you go alone, if you go with 5 people, just go there and see what the fuss is all about. Just go and discover why you feel drawn there. Maybe you're supposed to live there for the rest of your life, or maybe at least have it like as a vacation place, or you're supposed to meet somebody there. I don't know, just look into it. That's all I'm asking. So Aries, which is Vädur in Swedish, I forgot to say that, sorry. That's what I have for you guys this week. And yeah, look into it. Hope that helps. Subscribe if you like, share it with your friends if you like, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye, Aries.